Hey yo, what's good guys? That video here. Today we got Jimmy Carr killing it on Would I Lie to You. Let's get to it. Before we do me a favor, go in the comments, comment whatever you want me to watch next, and also do me a favor while you're down there, if you see someone comment something that you also want to see me watch, give that comment a thumbs up, so that way I just know, hey, multiple people want me to see this, compared to, you know, because if I know multiple people want me to see it, I know it's a good video, compared to if I just see one comment, like, it might strike my attention, be like, okay, I'm 100% watching this, but it doesn't tell me that more than one person wants to see it. You get me? Either way, let's get to it right now.
How did you inflate it?
With a fucking laugh. That caught me so off guard. I don't know why, but his laugh caught me off guard.
Vacuum cleaner put on blow. So you blew it up with the
Do they have
vacuum
blow function? I don't know.
Do you do the vacuuming very often?
God, no!
No, what about you?
I don't know, I'd have to ask my people, but I imagine someone does.
This is terrible to see three grown men who've never picked up a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, I have picked
Oh, I picked one up, yeah, but not for vacuuming.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
How quickly can you drink a pint?
I can drink a pint in 6 seconds.
6 seconds?
Yes.
How quick was Ray?
7 seconds.
Thank God you said a number bigger.
And how long had Ray held the record?
3 years.
And how much less a man do you think he felt?
It was a tough phone call because I had to call him to tell him that his record had gone.
So you just did this at home, did you? I've had another one, Ray. Sorry. I'm really getting through it tonight.
No, Ray...
If you're drunk, why'd you turn northern, Jimmy? Because of the alcohol. All right. I don't mind. When I'm trying to fiddle the government, I always put on Jimmy's voice.
Bruh, will he ever live that down? Like, genuinely. You know, I think that's one big difference between... Like, I don't feel like if he did that in the U.S., he'd get so much shit for it. Like, as far as jokes and shit. I don't know. But, like, interesting.
I lost my virginity at 26.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we're all. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, we can kind of...
Yeah, okay, is it true? Well, no.
He didn't even let him say a story. That's tough.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
For the sake of, you know, decency, go on, tell us all about it.
Well, I was very religious growing up. Very religious until I was about 26.
And then
I was all about the poontang.
David, do you believe this?
yeah, I'm buying it.
And the rest
That's what he said, actually.
Yeah.
So, Jimmy, could you reveal the truth, please?
I can indeed. No shame in that.
It is absolutely true. Yes, it's true.
I like how quietly... They didn't even need the story. They're like, yeah, that's facts. They don't... That's funny.
Jimmy did lose his virginity at the age of 26. Also, coincidentally, it was the day that he discovered he could make people laugh.
I had an interview at MI5 to be a spy.
Where's MI5, Jimmy?
Where's MI5?
Yeah.
Well, it's on the South Bank now, but that building wasn't finished at the time. So it was a meeting in Millbank.
What was it, like a planning meeting to join MI5?
Like a planning? No, I wasn't going to build a new
The fact
headquarters.
the building wasn't finished.
We're thinking of setting up a big organisation of spies.
Well, you know...
Lots of guns and handcuffs and itching powder. We don't know how we're going to use that, but it's all fun. And we're building a huge, crazy building on the South Bank, which is actually MI6, but never mind.
Can I say I'm worried now that you know a bit much about it, and you really do seem like a spy. Because you're posh and a tiny bit gay, even though you're not.
Bruh! Why they gotta do him like that? That's why they gotta do him like that. That's disrespectful.
Well, hang on, David. I'll stop you there. Posh and a little bit gay. What are you talking about, man?
This is like Spartacus. No, I'm posh and a little bit gay.
You're the least posh and a little bit gay of anyone in the world ever, Lee.
Fuck off, you pup.
Yes, right.
Jimmy, how do you get approached? How did you get approached for this
I
interview?
got approached by an English tutor at Cambridge, and this guy, McKendrick, approached me and said, would you be interested?
Kendrick?
McKendrick. Or M for short.
I thought you meant it was John McCririck approached you.
He'd be a really bad spy. I'd say kill him when you get it.
What I want to know is, why the fuck would they hire Jimmy Carr to be a spy? Obviously, I get this was before he was famous and all, if this was real. But, like, I don't know. Jimmy Carr, he just looks too much like a spy to be a spy. Like, if you think of a spy from, like, a movie, you're gonna imagine someone who looks quite similar to Jimmy Carr, I'd imagine. So, like, why would you choose him to be a spy? Worst choice.
The thing is, Jimmy, if I'm right about you, you were a virgin until you were about 27, as far as I remember.
26.
26.
And that was the last series of this show. Shall we not bring it up again?
Here's the thing. This was your opportunity to pull.
Jimmy, how much are we going to be paid for it?
I don't think...
Could have get paid in sticky buns, Maureen. Sticky bun for every kill.
Yeah.
Would you have been sent abroad?
Well, don't you start. I'm having enough trouble with them. You're not even in this. What are you talking about?
Jimmy, your attitude under interrogation is just a bit churlish, which...
He could not handle this. Like, Jimmy Carr could not handle being a spy. This is guaranteed a lie. If this is true, I don't know what I'll do, but I will be very surprised.
Spy, it really shouldn't be, you know.
The other interrogator starts asking questions and you go, are you in this?
Was this during the Cold War?
Yeah, I'm 50.
You might be. Your hair's dyed.
Fashion tips from the tramp.
Now, girls. Was there a practical side to the interview? Did you have to...
Yeah, I had to fuck a girl in a speedboat.
David Mitchell, what are you thinking as team captain?
I think it's not true.
Okay, I'm torn, but both of my teammates think it's not true.
You're tending towards...
We'll go with that. That's a lie.
Okay, they're saying it's a lie. Jimmy, is that the truth?
It's a lie.
Can I just say, you've made that really hard for yourself. It says I once had an interview at MFI.
Terry, what is Steve to you? This is my mate Steve, and we were actually questioned by police who mistook us both for jewel thieves. Right?
You know what? He looks like a jewel thief. I believe that. I don't know what this guy's name is. If you want, tell me in the comments what this guy's name is. But, like, if I imagine what a jewel thief looks like, honestly, he fits the description. He just has the face of a jewel thief. Like an upper-class, really good jewel thief.
Mate Steve, and we were actually questioned by police.
Steve doesn't look like a jewel thief. Jewel thief? Jewel thief. He does not. He looks like the fall guy for the jewel thief.
Who mistook us both for jewel thieves. Right?
That sounds incredibly plausible.
Lee, perhaps you'd like to explain how you know Steve.
This is Steve. We own a greyhound together that's come last in every race.
And finally, Jimmy, what's your connection with Steve?
This is Steve. We were at primary school together. I didn't see each other for 20 years, and then met up in a hotel when he brought me room service.
I actually believe that. I actually can believe that. Because Jimmy's, like, rich enough to where, yeah, he's like, yo, give me room service, bitch. I don't care that you're gonna cost me, like, $20 for a bottle of water. I want room service. So you know what? I believe it. I genuinely can believe that. I'm going with Jimmy is telling the truth. Because, honestly, jewel thief, even though that guy looks like a jewel thief, highly unlikely. Greyhound, maybe, but who co-owns greyhounds? Like, is that actually a big thing? Like dog racing?
Well, there we are.
You call it room service.
David's team, where do you want to start?
I think you're all claiming to be friends with him. I want to see, like, a real connection. So if you could all just give him a hug, I want to see if there's a, you know...
You want to see if I hug this man like I own a greyhound with him?
No. If he's your friend, if you own something with him.
Let's do it. Okay, this is how we hug. We got this usually. Hey, how are you, little fella? Hey, get off! I'm trying to get off with him. That's how we hug.
That's not realistic.
Leave my mate alone.
Hey, look, mate. Hi, darling.
Can you just turn around?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's definitely Jimmy. It's definitely Jimmy because they're making it a joke. It's definitely Jimmy. Well, I guess the other guy made it a joke too, but I don't know why. I just feel like it's Jimmy. I feel like Jimmy's the one that's true.
Which hotel was this, Jimmy, where...
It was the Lowry in Manchester.
The Lowry. That is a hotel in
That is
Manchester?
a hotel in Manchester, yes.
Yeah.
He's the night duty manager there. So he's.
He knew you were staying in the hotel and brought your room service up in order to renew your acquaintance.
Yes, and I recognised him immediately, and
And did you go, oh my God, Steve?
Yeah, he really hasn't changed that much.
Have you remained...
Look at his face like, well, fuck you too.
Friend
You can just tell.
with him since that?
Yeah, I stay in the same hotel quite a lot. Whenever
Also, you only see him when he comes to
No,
when you
literally,
go to the hotel.
But that's fine. He lives in Manchester, I live in London, so we see each other.
He's not your friend then.
What do you want me to do? Take him to the zoo?
No. I think it's Jimmy.
You think it's Jimmy?
I think it's Greyhound.
I think I'm edging towards Jimmy.
Definitely
because I think Jimmy looked a little bit put upon when you were sort of having a go at what a essentially bad friend he is. You're very well sort of for a quick sandwich in a hotel bar, but I've got gigs and stuff, so yeah, catch you next time I'm passing through town.
So David, time to decide.
Well, I think we'll go with the majority decision, which is that we think it's Jimmy.
Okay, well, Steve, would you like to reveal your true identity?
Yeah, the truth is, me and Terry were mistaken as jewel thieves.
I starred in...
Wait. I want to know the story to that, though. Did they ever tell the story to that? I feel like they did, but they just didn't put... Honestly, I feel like me just watching the story would do good on YouTube, but tell me the story if they told the story ever.
In a Japanese commercial for snuff.
Is snuff a big thing in Japan? Because it's sort of slightly peaked in the West, I think, level of popularity.
They're making commercials.
Mistaken as jewel thieves.
I starred in a Japanese commercial for snuff.
What is that? Seriously, I feel like they're gonna explain what it is, but if they don't, what the fuck is that?
Is snuff a big thing in Japan? Because it's sort of slightly peaked in the West, I think, level of popularity.
They're making commercials for it still, so I'm guessing bigger, but no idea.
What was the slogan?
I've no idea. I just read auto-cue phonetically. I mean, I could have declared war for all I know. Right. I imagine I said buy snuff. I said something like you can have too much of a good thing, I think was the slogan. It was something like that. Because it was a guy doing a line of snuff. like a massive line of snuff. And then his face, like he did it for real, and like his face kind of ludicrously kind of...
So their slogan for selling snuff involved saying, don't have that much of it.
Literally, yeah.
It's advertising whiskey with someone dying of alcoholism. And then saying, a little bit is tasty, but yeah, it killed this one. Why did they choose you to be the face of...
Because I've got my TV show, the Distraction show that I did on Channel 4, and the American one goes out in Japan. And it's quite big, because it's like Endurance, but it's with Westerners being hurt, and they love that.
He looks almost Japanese.
I look almost Japanese. That is the acceptable face of racism.
So you're still in two minds?
Yeah, that's bullshit. If they made that a real commercial, that's fucking retarded.
Eamon, what are your thoughts?
He was very convincing. Unless the production crew are mental, we'll be seeing it in about a minute.
He's threatening a clip.
Imagine. So is there any truth in this?
I think it's a lie.
I think it's that bit makes me think it's a lie.
The clip
was just too far, Jimmy.
So you're veering towards untruth.
Lie.
Okay, the truth, Jimmy?
I can tell you it's a lie. What's the stadium called again? I don't know what the stadium's called.
Seriously, Jimmy.
You really are one of the lads, aren't you?
You know, after watching Bob Mortimer on this show, holy fuck, it's 22 minutes. You know what? We might have to make this into a part 2. Fucking A. But after watching Bob Mortimer on the show, honestly, everybody else just seems so tame. Like, fuck. I don't know. We're gonna
I know it's Old Trafford, but haven't they got some bullshit name for it as well?
Theatre of Dreams, yeah.
Theatre of Dreams, that's it. That's the funny one. It's like it might as well be the Ballet of the Imagination. It's such a bullshit name for a stadium. The Theatre of Dreams. What dreams? I dreamt I kicked a ball. Simon Groom and Peter...
Alright, on second thought, I'm just dumb. We don't need to do a part 2. I forgot I had the video recording before I started the video because I accidentally had it recording while I was making a thumbnail. My bad. Either way, let's get to it right now.
In the Blue Peter Garden after a row over a BBC parking space.
Now, why did they choose the Blue Peter Garden?
They were in the garden. Simon Groom and Peter Duncan once had a fight in the Blue Peter Garden after a row over a BBC parking space.
Now, why did they choose the Blue Peter Garden?
They were in the garden filming a bit and they had a fight.
They were filming a bit. The parking had presumably happened earlier.
Yep.
And they filmed it. Well, how did the parking anger reassert itself?
They were fighting over parking spaces.
It's all right, I've got this, Angus. Leave it.
It's quite rare. It's not like that.
I can handle this.
But this is what I don't understand. There's been an argument about the parking spaces. They're filming the piece in the garden. Why does the fight start there?
So imagine you're having a disagreement with someone. You're having a disagreement.
I've never disagreed with anyone, but okay, I can imagine.
Well, you're disagreeing with me right now, so this is what it's like.
No, it's just, you know, we both mean the same thing. It's just you don't realise it yet.
I think, in fairness to them, it says.
You know, that was a slick comeback. Actually, you know what? That was a good little comeback. I'll give it that.
It's about a parking space, but clearly they didn't get on with each other.
The rumours were that Simon was slightly jealous of Peter.
Maybe they actually really did get on deep down. There was a lot of love there. And a lot of love and complicated feelings and tears and hate, and they start fighting and just to touch another human, and then the fighting starts getting a bit of amorous, and you know, and then they're kissing, fighting and scratching their clothes off each other, and then they fall in the pond and it's all fine and there's no sex.
You know what co-presenters are like, don't you, Eamon?
That would...
All right. The fact that he is trying so hard here to help Jimmy, low-key makes me feel like it's true in that he was there for it for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what my instincts are telling me.
Never have happened in GMTV. We didn't have a garden to f***ing fight in. That was...
Sorry, did you say to f*** and fight in or to f***ing...
David, what's your answer?
Do you think it's true?
Well, knowing presenters, I think it's very true.
Yeah.
I think it's a no.
I think it's a lie. We're going for lie.
You're going for lie?
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, truth or lie?
I can tell you that it is a lie.
Oh, well, then I was
So, Richard, what is Della to you?
This is Della, and Della and I danced on my dancer-size fitness video.
Okay, Lee, perhaps you'd like to explain how you know Della?
This is Della, the estate agent who accidentally locked me in a house after a viewing.
Right. And finally, Jimmy, your relationship
This
with...
is Della, and she is my chiropodist.
Right.
What the fuck is that? A chiropodist? The fuck is a chiropodist?
There you have it, a dancer-sized partner to Richard, a forgetful estate agent, if we believe Lee, or a chiropodist to the stars, or at least Jimmy. David's team.
So what's wrong with your feet, Jimmy?
I pronate.
I beg your pardon?
I pronate. I've got extraordinarily flat feet. So I have to wear orthotics, and I get kind of weird bunions.
Speak properly.
Orthotics? I've got these little builds in my shoes. So I've got these little things that I have to wear in my shoes. Otherwise, my Achilles tendons kind of give out. It's a weird kind of... I've got weird bunions, yeah.
Alright, the fact that he has the shit in his shoe tells me that he is telling the truth. Or this is a very clever lie because it comes from a true thing. He just don't know this. Either way, good game plan on Jimmy's part, because he's either telling the truth or he's got a really good lie here.
Oh, you know all the chat-up lines, don't you?
I got some weird bunions, baby.
What does she do for you?
She makes those little things for my feet, and then she kind of... I get very rough skin because I have to wear these things, and then she kind of deals with that.
I'm a bit confused by the fact that Della here not only makes your orthotics, but also rubs your rough bits. As in chiropodist. So, which is she?
Well, she's both. She's got a chiropody, I guess some sort of qualification. There's something on the wall. She was in the Yellow Pages.
Right.
I'm guessing she's qualified.
And is that how you came across her, through the Yellow Pages, or did someone recommend her?
I got a recommendation.
From?
Right.
All right, I got a recommendation from Simon Cowell off of the X Factor.
Sorry, you got a recommendation from Simon Cowell?
We were on. Simon and I were on holiday together.
So you're on holiday with Simon?
Not with him. We were in the same hotel. We weren't arm in arm.
Where?
He's switching up his story a lot. That is signs of a lie. But you know what? I feel like he's saying real shit, but I feel like you don't know her. I feel like he's saying real shit though.
Barbados, Sandy Lane.
Well, how often do you have this done with Della?
Maybe once a year.
Does it set you back a little bit?
No, it's not too bad. No, I'm doing very well, thanks.
Oh, good.
Della, I have to say, is attractive, and I hate to think of her near Jimmy Carr's feet.
Jimmy has definitely got something dodgy in his shoe there, and as well as his foot. You going with?
I'll still go with Lee,
and you're going with Jimmy.
So you decide.
I think it's Jimmy.
Okay, you're saying it's Jimmy. Well, perhaps Della would like.
Oh, you know what? My final guess is. Fuck it. My final guess is Jimmy is telling the truth. That's my final guess. Let's see if I'm right.
To reveal her own identity.
I dance with Richard in his
Wait, that means I was right in the first place then. He genuinely does. Fuck! I need to trust my instincts, man. Fuck! I second guessed myself.
Prince Philip told me I was a funny-looking fellow when I was a ball boy at Wimbledon.
David's team. What year was this?
Oh, I was about 12 or 13, about 84 maybe, something like that, ages ago.
How did you get into being a ball boy?
How did I get into it? Well, I just psyched myself up. I love it, man.
Okay. How does the system of selecting ball boys work? And
I was in a tennis club in my sort of local village, and I used to play tennis, and there was a lottery thing, and you could go along, and 2 people from every tennis club went along.
Yeah, I thought they were from sort of schools around the Wimbledon area. That's what I thought.
Where were you at school, Jimmy?
The Wimbledon area.
Wow, he's really foxed us there.
Yeah. And you were lined up, all the ball boys and ball girls?
Yeah, it was after the women's final. Everyone's lined up, like hundreds of us.
Which final? Who had played?
It was years ago. It was the Ivan Lendl kind of era.
He's unlikely to make the women's final.
Who was Prince Philip there with?
I think it's the Duke and Duchess of Kent or something. I don't really know the royals that well.
That's the thing, it's usually the Duke and Duchess of Kent that do all the Wimbledon stuff, rather than Prince Philip, who's got more important sporting events to go and be racist at. I believe you're a ball boy at Wimbledon.
What? Wait. What? What's the story with that? Are they like racist at sporting events, or is that like what's the joke with that? Hold up, I need background. What's he talking about here?
And Duchess of Kent that do all the Wimbledon stuff, rather than Prince Philip, who's got more important sporting events to go and be racist at.
Like what's the story with that? I must know.
I believe you're a ball boy at Wimbledon, but I just don't think Prince Philip often turns up to Wimbledon.
He does. He does, actually. He told me I was a fine-looking fellow when I was there. So.
Yeah, no. That's
how I know that, yeah.
That's a clincher, though.
Do you have any concept of what particular aspect of your demeanour that he found funny-looking?
I can answer this. We'll all have a go. We'll start with it.
What's funny about my massive head?
Do you think you frightened the prince with your appearance? Is that he was actually really freaked out?
Do you know that joke works if you don't do that? Do you know what? I thought you could never look more like a ventriloquist dummy. Do that again.
Oh my fucking... I can't unsee that now. He does look like a doll. Fuck.
Cheeky monkey! You go back in the box! Hey?
Right, David, what do you reckon?
Yeah, well...
Is he telling the truth?
What do you think?
It could be true because of his face, but...
God, they are on some fucking smoke. Jeez. Jimmy's just getting the absolute shit roasted out of him.
No, I don't think you're ugly. I just think. No, I'm sorry. I just think that you've got a very unique face. No one will ever forget you.
How am I getting bullied by Jamelia? How did that happen?
So, David, what's your team?
You're not ugly, you're just really unique. Wow, that's fucked up.
Decide.
Yo. I think he said her name was Jamelia. She is on some fucking smoke.
Being here.
I think it could be true.
I don't know. I don't trust you. You're a funny-looking fella.
Yeah, you see, that's the crucial detail.
Yeah. I'm edging towards a lie.
You're saying it's a lie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's true for the pure fact that apparently the royal family does show up there, so maybe they might have been hanging out one day. They are an actual family. So, and as they've all agreed, Jimmy is a funny-looking fella. So, I'm gonna say it's true.
Okay, Jimmy Carr.
Well, I can tell you, it is a lie.
Bullshit.
As a baby, I was regularly fed coffee in my bottle.
Lee Mack's team, what do you make of that?
From birth?
I thought you were going to say from your mother's breast. You were given coffee in the milk.
Milky coffee from from about the age of 3.
This is not hot coffee, obviously.
Yeah, no, it would have been quite warm. Warm, milky coffee.
And when you got older, did you ever say to your parents, why did this happen?
Yeah.
My children like coffee. Nowadays, you can have what they call a kiddie chino. A baby chino,
baby
sorry.
chino.
Baby chino. I got it wrong. Kiddie chino.
Actually, a kiddie chino is just a very small pair of trousers. You probably do use them.
If they were putting coffee in your milk from
No, they weren't putting coffee in my milk. I was having coffee. Slightly milky coffee.
Okay.
Well, that is the same as putting coffee in milk.
There's a distinction between putting coffee in milk and putting milk in coffee.
What is the distinction?
Well, it's like a distinction between having a glass of water and going swimming. In the one case, you're putting water in yourself, in the other case, you're putting yourself in water.
Did they give you other sort of more adult foodstuffs at a very young age?
I think I was allowed a modicum of booze as a child.
Oh, were you? At what age were you allowed booze?
Like as a baby.
That was to offset the coffee buzz.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard stories that, like, I forgot if it was whiskey. I think it was whiskey. Like, when babies' teeth are growing in, if you, like, give them a little bit of whiskey on their gums, it will, like, numb out their teeth. On the count of protecting anybody from, going to jail for, underage alcohol giving. I'm not going to say where I know this from, but I do know that is a thing. But I've never heard anyone giving people coffee.
Lee, what were you given as a child?
Evo stick.
That's glue.
Yeah, but that was to stop me getting out the cop.
David, as a small child, what were they bringing you in your quarters?
Just a port and a cigar.
Took the words out of my self-parodic mouth. No, the blood of a pheasant.
Did you say pheasant or peasant?
Lee, what are you thinking? Is there any truth in this? Which way are you leaning?
I don't know. What do you think, darling?
We're skirting on the edge of giving out really bad childcare advice.
That is true, but I can't help thinking that any parent that's looking at Jimmy and thinking, I want to raise a child like that anyway, is a dodgy parent in the first place. You know what I mean?
Also, let me throw in, just for the sake of, nobody can sue me, I am not saying give babies whiskey. I am not saying to follow that advice. Do not follow that advice. And if you do follow that advice, I take no responsibility. Do not sue me. That is not advice. That's just something I've heard. Comprende? Glad we had that talk.
I think it's nonsense.
I think it's nonsense.
Nonsense, okay.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Well, we'll say it's a lie then.
Pretty conclusively,
Yeah.
it's a lie. Jimmy Carr, were you telling us the truth then, or were you telling a lie?
I can tell you, it is absolutely true.
What? How is that true, but the other one was a lie? What the fuck is this? Hey, yo. As much as I'd love to watch this, YouTube will copyright the shit out of me. So I'm out. What the fuck is that ending? Hey, yo, I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me a fat ass like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. You know how YouTube works, and I'm out. Bye.